Hey guys, Wet Movie 1 back here again for another video for you guys today. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about my top 10 best movies of 2015 that I've seen, my personal favorites. I'm going to start off with it here. At number 10, would have to go to The Walk, directed by Robert Zemeckis, the same guy that did the Back to the Future films. This was a movie I was going into not really expecting much, because I know the story about the guy that, walked on a wire in between the World Trade Center and things, the two towers, and I'm like, how could they make a movie, that will keep your interest, that will keep it entertaining? Because I know they made a documentary about it that was kind of sort of boring, to be honest. It came out a couple years ago, but yet going into this one, I wanted to see it because it was directed by Robert Zemeckis and starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and I'm like, this could be kind of okay. So I gave it a chance when I got the Blu-ray, a week or so ago, and I really loved this movie. This movie was just really tense and thrilling. It was kind of sort of watching like a heist kind of movie a little bit, and I just really fell in love with this movie. I like the characters. I like the whole heist situation, or the whole kind of like heist sort of thing that they're trying to do in the movie by trying to get up to the up the World Trade Center without people noticing them getting up there. Really funny, not funny, but really good movie. Great performances. And I'm looking down at my little list list down here. At number 9 is No Escape. This is like a thriller film that came out earlier this year, starring Pierce Brosnan and Owen Wilson. It's pretty much about like an American businessman moving his family to Asia, or going to Asia for like a business meeting or something, and something happens, and him and his family get stuck between like this big riot that's going on with the people that live in this town, or rebels or whatever, going around trying to kill Americans and just killing people in general because they're pissed off about what's happening in their town. And it's pretty much about Owen Wilson's character trying to keep him alive and his family alive, and this whole craziness that's going on in this town, because there's only a real select few of Americans there, and they're just trying to stay alive in this hotel while these rebels with guns and knives and stuff are breaking in, just killing everybody they can. And I just found this movie to be really thrilling. It kind of reminded me of the movie Nick of Time that came out back in the day, starring what's called Christopher Walken and Johnny Depp back in the day, like a real tense thriller. So that has to be at my number 9. That might not be on a lot of other people's lists, but it's on mine. Number 8 on my top 10 best movies of 2015 is gonna have to go to one I just recently seen in the theaters, and that is The Hateful Eight, directed by Quentin Tarantino. Of course, this is his 8th film in his repertoire, which I think he's only going to be doing 10 films in his career, from what I remember hearing. And I gotta say, this movie was really kind of cool. It's not one of his best movies in his filmography or anything like that. I would have to go to like Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, and Jackie Brown and things like that. But like this one was really kind of entertaining. It did have some moments that were kind of long, but like at the same time, the payoff was awesome. You know what I mean? Like you weren't sitting there going, that's it, Because this movie had like a Clue kind of thing going on. Like if you've seen the movie Clue, it kind of had like that whodunit kind of thing happening in it. And I don't really like westerns, really, and I don't know if you can really consider this a movie a western, but like I liked it. You know what I mean? Like I hate those kind of movies like that are set in that kind of environment. But like this movie, it didn't bug me, and I really enjoyed it, and that's gonna have to be at my number 8. And number 7 on my list here is a film that a lot of people are probably gonna give me crap for, saying, Brennan, why is this on your top 10 best list of this year? There's all these other great movies that came out. This one, just keep in mind, all the movies on this list are ones that are my personal favorites, my personal ones that I'm probably gonna watch over and over again, in my collection and things. And number 7 is gonna go to Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. I just love this film. This movie was just a lot of fun. It's like Superbad meets Zombieland. You know what I mean? Because me, I like crude humor, like immature kind of humor kind of stuff, because that's just the way I am. You get zombie boobies, you get zombie penis in this. It's stupid. It's a stupid comedy, but like it's so stupid it's fun. You know what I mean? Like I really enjoyed this movie, and I think a lot of you guys out there will too if you guys have not seen it yet. At number 6 on my list over here is going to a movie I didn't really know anything about until I got the Blu-ray, and that is the movie called Dope. This is pretty much about like this one kid that he's really into hip hop, like the 80s and 90s hip hop. He dresses in that kind of style and everything. And like he wants to, he's an aspiring artist or something like that. And one day, this drug dealer, puts drugs in his bag, and it's pretty much him trying to figure out what he's gonna do with his drugs in his bag, and how his day kind of, flips upside down and things. And it's just a real fun movie, and I really enjoyed it, and that really has to be at my number 6 of the top 10 movies of 2015. And number 5 on my list over here is Robin Williams' one of his final roles, if not his final role. I'm not exactly sure because he might have filmed some other stuff, but I believe his final starring role, and that is the movie Boulevard. Man, this movie has some really powerhouse performances in here by Robin Williams, and I forgot the other guy's name now, but like it was just a really sad, depressing movie that just watching it, just knowing how Robin Williams was probably feeling in real life in his head when when he was making this movie, you know what I mean? Because you don't know how much soon after he did what he did, but it's just a real strong drama that I kind of cry to and stuff. It's about a business, like a guy working at a regular job or whatever, and then he comes across this one young boy in the streets, and he's kind of like a prostitute kid, selling himself. But yeah, Robin Williams is not really paying this kid for sex. He's just paying him, for his company and things. And it's just kind of, their relationship and what kind of transpires, between Robin Williams and this kid that kind of sells himself on the street for drugs and stuff. It's a real great drama film. I really did enjoy it. And at my number 4 on here is called The Wolf Pack, because it's a documentary film I recently seen here on Blu-ray, and I just really fell in love with it, man. It's about these 5 brothers that are obsessed with American cinema, just, like the Quentin Tarantino films, just like all movies in general. But it just follows these brothers' lives, because their lives are a lot different than the normal people's lives. Their parents kind of really sheltered them. They kind of just made them pretty much stay in their house. They couldn't really leave the house. You know what I mean? Like they lived their entire lives up until like they're like with their early 20s or late teens, until they finally witnessed life for the first time outside of their house. And it's just really kind of crazy, and it's really a really cool movie because they're really obsessed with films, because that's all they can really do, because they can never leave their house, and that's all they do is watch films, reenact their favorite scenes in movies, and it's pretty much just them figuring out what life really is outside of their house. I really like this. I really like this documentary. It's probably one of the best ones I've seen documentary-wise in 2015, and it has to be on my list here because I already watched it twice, and I only had the Blu-ray for a little while now, and I really loved it. I think a lot of you film fans out there will appreciate the hell out of that film. And at number 3 on my list is going to have to go to Jurassic World. I was really anticipating this film because the last 2 films in the Jurassic Park franchise weren't that great. You know what I mean? Jurassic Park 2 and 3 were just kind of, mediocre. They kind of went downhill, as the films went on. And I was kind of going, please God, let Jurassic World have some, redeeming, values to it. Even though I know a lot of people, compare Jurassic World to Jurassic, Park, because it had a lot of similarities to it with different things happening. But like, I'm not really that nitpicky when it comes to movies, and I went there hoping to enjoy myself watching it, to see cool dinosaurs on screen, and that's what I got. You know what I mean? I got the dinosaurs, except for like the Indominus Rex. Like that special effects with him is kind of like a little bit, but like I still had a lot of fun because I'm still a kid at heart, and I just love dinosaurs and just the fun atmosphere of it. Even though the original Jurassic Park film is like way better than this one, in my opinion, but I still love Jurassic World, and that's my number 3 on my top 10 best list of 2015. And you may be asking yourselves, what the hell are my final 2 films here? What could they possibly be, on my list right now? And at number 2 is going to Star Wars The Force Awakens here, man. I was just really pleasantly surprised by this movie. I know this movie is getting really big, mixed reviews by critics and fans alike, going, it's like a remake of, this, A New Hope, and, I'm like, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, we got another Star Wars movie. You know what I mean? They got to start off with something, and I found myself, like, just feeling super nostalgic about it, going in there, seeing the characters that they have in this film, and just going, this is awesome. I wish there was one thing they did in the movie that I didn't think was kind of cool. They could have, I don't know. If you saw the movie, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to ruin it for people if you haven't seen it yet, even though it's the highest grossing movie of all time now. As I'm making this video, I think it just passed Avatar's gross right now. But it was just a lot of fun going to see it with one of my close friends and everything. It's just a real fun time, and I can't wait to see it again on Blu-ray. And if Star Wars: The Force Awakens and Jurassic World are my number 2 and 3 picks of the top 10 best movies of all time, best movies of 2015. What do you guys think my number 1 is? You know what? It's going to have to go to a film I didn't think I was going to like as much as I did, and that is Straight Outta Compton. Straight Outta Compton is my number 1 best film of 2015. I don't know if it's going to win any Academy Awards or anything like that, but I found this movie to be just really a good time, man. Like, from the music that they play, the story of NWA, and how they came to be, and all the struggles that they came across with the police and the record deal that they had, and all this crazy stuff with Eazy-E and things. Like, I really liked it because I've always been into hip hop and that kind of culture. I know the story and the scene. I have the documentaries, about hip hop and things, and Tupac and Biggie and these, and NWA. And I just found this movie to be just really super entertaining, man. And that's my number 1 pick of 2015 right here. Guys, thank you so much for watching my top 10 best movies of 2015 list. Let me know what your guys are what is your top 10 best movies you guys seen in 2015. Leave that in the comments down below. And if you haven't seen it yet, check out my worst movies I've seen in 2015, my personal worst. I'll have a link for it in the description box or annotation here on the screen. But little warning here. If you guys can't handle the word fuck, don't watch my worst movies of 2015 list, because people are going on and on about how I said the word fuck, that many times in that video. But you know what? Who gives a fuck? But guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all next time.